What's up, guys? This is Mr. Javid, and today we are back on the Pokemon Showdown server. We're gonna get right back into it. So we're using a different team today. I played some games with it, and so who commented that? Shout outs to whoever. He was like, "Jam, can you do like MV does and play a few games with the team?" So I did. I lost to a Cloyster, lost to Poor Playing, and one or two. So we're still, I think mid 1800s or so, 1836. So we just gotta get our points. So we're playing stall. I'm not sure how this team's fares well versus hard stall, and I definitely need to get some downtime to get a lot of practice in. I can tell my plays are sloppy because when I look at the team preview now, I'm not. Usually I have like a bunch of things come into my head of solutions and how I'm gonna win, and whenever it starts getting foggy, it's because I'm cheating the process and I haven't practiced, and I just assume like, okay, I don't need to practice that much, which is arrogance, right? And so definitely got to get that in. Avalog is an interesting one. I'm actually excited to see what comes of this, as we ideally round this out at 1900. Defensively struggles with Corviknight. Very hard for him to kill. As is Weavile's very good. No Dark Resist. Rocks plus Weavile are gonna go a long way. Pex, T-Spikes isn't good. Hippowdon. Okay, so ideal situation, keep Pex out at all costs. I didn't expect Hippowdon, primarily because Hippowdon just would lose to Garchomp, and you waste your rocks because of pressure. But maybe he's like, well, I'll just force in your Corviknight, and okay, let's see if he has. Let's see if he has Helmet. It's not Helmet. Interesting. So, well, did I even need to U-turn there? If he Toxics here, that puts me in a very awkward spot. That was actually a really poor U-turn. That's actually a really poor U-turn. So we'll go to, yeah, if he Toxic there, it would have been shit. But I am getting him to waste his Stealth Rock. So he doesn't either. Just isn't sure. I think this might be one of them games where he might not be sure how to break me, and so I can play off that. Very little is known about his specs. I think there's very little. It's gonna be very hard to go this game without Slowking getting poisoned if he has Toxic. Poison Jab, okay, that's shit. And he's faster. Well, Slowking is fast as dicks. So I mean slow as shit. He has Knock, Poison Jab, has to have Recover. So the question is, what's the other one, right? He's not gonna want to take a Future Sight here, I'd assume. So potentially Chansey coming in. Let's take that value immediately. My thing with this is that I could probably do it with Rocks plus Pex. So he goes Scarm instead, though. Helmet Scarm. So we're gonna start Withering Down. So Rocks plus Pex is gonna be, Pex is one of it. Well, yeah, Pex is gonna be probably one of his bigger nuisances. I haven't seen an item, and I don't think he has status. And so him being burnt obviously, assists me. Gonna teleport here this time. I don't need the Future Sight. I want the Future Sight, but I don't need the Future Sight. So we have to assess, okay, well, what am I getting rocks up on? It has to be versus Scarm. How do I get Skarmory with Weavile? Because the Pex is useless. So yeah, I could fish for Icicle Crash, but I wouldn't be shocked if he knows I'm gonna fish for it and try to body press me, but he doesn't. So this allows for the rocks that I've been waiting on. Avalug, okay, he actually just leaves the Scarm in. As I said, spikes hurt, but he leaves it in. Okay, excellent. Spikes hurt my Weavile and Slowking, but that's it, right? Flamethrower punishes. You shouldn't leave this in. But I wasn't sure what his initial would have been if he did. This may have Toxic. Okay. Okay, so he's just, it's Thunder. I knew it. Okay, now that's good to know. That means it probably can't touch Chomp. My Skarmory, my Corviknight cannot get burnt, but it can get that, and that's a big para. The momentum there would have made all the difference. Because the Skarm, I have rocks up now, and the Pex can't come in. It's burnt and rocks, so knockoff would have done a huge chunk to Pex, potentially 2KOing, and then allowing me to pivot around, getting the Skarmory to take repeated rocks until I can 2KO and knock. You know, it's not like by any means over, right? But you know, big para definitely matters. So the question now is, what does this Zapdos have in store for me? The Hippowdon is the rocker. Will Roost, yep. So since it's not Helmet, this allows for us to just kind of stall out his Stealth Rocks. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to lose them. But him going Zapdos, if it's pressure, it is to stall out Defogs. Yeah. So he's doing something similar to what I'm doing. But it has Heat Wave. It could be Hurricane. It could be Hurricane too. Okay. It's Boots, Discharge. I know it has Roost. So the question is it Toxic or Hurricane? Let's find out. So Skarm, there it is. Wanted that in. So now that we have the Skarm right where we want it, do we burn fish? Is it more beneficial to go to Victini and click V create here? Is it more beneficial to go to Coco? Is it more beneficial to just Flamethrower and allow him to get up Spike and then just fish for a critter or burn? He might have expected my Victini there. Obviously, it would be very bad for my Chomp to get Toxic, so we're not going to allow that. And Future Sight can go a long way. It could seem rocking. Yeah, if he got Toxic there, it would have been tough. But I think his chance he might have Heal Bell. I teleport here. Let's go Future Sight. Zapdos. Problem with this is that you don't have anything to touch my Chomp. This is a slightly risky play, but I'm willing to make it. Like, what would I do if I were my opponent? If I expected Chomp to come in, I didn't want to take both Future Sight. Maybe Avalug. Because if I get it right, then the Future Sight plus Weavile, he discharges. I won't die. Oh my fucking god, man. It was worth it because I'd rather have Zapdos in on Weavile, but like, it's just annoying, right? The Slowking is now a crit. So the question now is, okay, what do I rather have come in? Knockoff can't be guarded. If I Icicle Crash and he goes Avalug, he takes 2. Knock's my best bet here. Yeah. I'm surprised he went Skarm, because Icicle Crash plus Future Sight plus... Yeah, if Icicle Crash there, Skarm was dead. I wonder what his Avalug is. This isn't the worst thing in the world, though. As Victini is in position to where it can get KOs. I just didn't expect Skarm to be the first line of defense. So Hippowdon probably is going to come out here, but because... Single state Pex. Knock off, poison jab, maybe scald. Maybe scald here. Sucks that I lose my lefties, but Skarm can't come in. So I get to toxic this turn. I wonder what his initial, is that even necessary? I'd assume Hippo would be his initial play. Sacking Pex just doesn't make sense. Even if he does, it's fine. Even if he does, like, he's so weak to fire that Pex is his only line of defense versus that. If I were to anticipate his Skarmory to come in and flamethrower, he's in a bad spot. So yeah, Hippowdon just makes the most sense. So now that that's poisoned, I don't have to be as passive with my Coco. Coco is going to start going in a lot more now, as he opts for Toxic, and this allows for me to defog too. Especially because I get rocks up every time on his Zapdos. Now again, leftovers being gone sucks. And this is what I mean, right? Like, I'm not playing as efficient. Like, there are ways that, and it's I guess it's not that hard to describe. I was gonna say it's hard to describe, not really, but the U-turn damage matters here. I'd rather U-turn than hard switch. I'm gonna go for it. I want a little bit of chip. Okay, Corviknight, let me hold at 9%. Thank you, Corby. Again, the way he plays his Skarmory is as if it's invincible. But this allows for me to go to Slowking and heal. I didn't get back as much as I'd like, if I'm honest. Heal. Oh no, I knew it had it though. I said it in the game. That's a lot of work gone. That's a lot of work gone. It does mean that my Slowking got a little bit of regen, but that makes a huge difference. It's a lot of work. Stop critting me, dude. Particularly Slowking. I'm normal poison, I believe. I'm normal poison, right? Okay. Because I'm like trying to remember. I'm like, Hippowdon. He's getting impatient. I don't get the Hippowdon play. I think he just gave up a lot of the ground he got. Like, you should never not roost here, but in the off chance he doesn't, that's a big burn. Yeah, he doesn't roost. A huge misplay. Flamethrowing again every time here. Now, Weavile and Pex can't beat unless he's gonna pivot to Avalugg. I could see that, or he wants to pivot to Hippowdon here. Skarm being burnt. If he gets crit with Pex or takes rough skin, oh, he's kind of scald. Thank goodness for no burn. Still gonna EQ here. I'd rather have the damage on the Hippowdon, and if he gets away with this Pex, it's gonna be horrendous for me. I'm gonna kick myself. It's just making the safe play here. At this point, again, I'm concerned about the Avalugg, but I guess maybe I'm overly concerned. I just don't know what that little thing is trying to do in the back, you know. Like, there have been times where I thought that he would have gone to it. That's a big burn on his Skarm though. Though he should have never spiked there for a plethora of reasons. Like, you need to keep the roll. The roll has been, I think I've only done, but I think I've done over 40. I could be lying to myself. Flamethrower 39. Perhaps not. Well, the burn mattered. We're not going to deny that, right? Just like the para mattered earlier. So chance sees his initial. Yeah, that's a huge crit. Like that's just sucks, man. There's no two ways around it. Like that just sucks. So since chance is so low, let's reassess. My Coco eats him alive right now. He'd never earthquake, he'd always toxic or my best bet is I just go Corviknight and U-turn, but if I get parried that turn, I'm gonna toxic. If he toxics back, good play. Good play. He read it. He read it. Now I lose. He loses more than I do, but the toxic matters. Because his chance he probably won't be able to heal Bell again, and now Victini by itself is probably gonna solo him, and Coco by itself is probably gonna solo him. So I'm thinking here, what would give me the most value out of the turn? Going a hard Weavile feels good to me. If he EQs, I can get away with Victini. Doubles to Zapdos. If Zapdos gets knocked, then Corviknight wins. If I Icicle Crash and he goes to Pex, the Pex heals. If I knock and he leaves the Zapdos and Zapdos is dead, I think knock just guarantees me more value. I don't know why he's not going to Avalugg. But if he goes to Avalugg as I Icicle Crash, it's really poor for me as well. So I'm just going to go with what guarantees me value this turn. If the Zapdos is low, Victini again can quite literally solo his team. So we're playing to that right now. So there's the Avalugg and his heavy duty boots. I figured as much. It losing its item here matters a lot too. I could see him doubling to, if he doubles to Chansey, this would suck. Rapid spin, okay. Yeah, I'm not letting this shit come back. No sir. And so let's start taking value. Start taking value. Could see him pivoting the Hippo, but I think V-Create. Okay, excellent. So no more fire resist. He might not have thought I had Bolt Strike or was banking on me missing there. Cause I mean, I never really showed it, so I can understand him assuming that. The Garchomp here is pretty free because you can't double the Chansey because I EQ kill you, which is why you switched it out in the first place. I'm really surprised he doubled the Chansey. Maybe he's gonna try to go to, I don't know. But there was some crucial bits of hacks on more so on his end, meaning like happening to him. But that's the nature of something like stall, where you're perpetually being defensive. Like it almost be hacks beyond a certain point to not have the after effects happen, because it is also a percentage. So if I use what's called 10 if I use 10 skulls and don't burn any of them, then you could argue that's hacks as well. So, well, you technically hacks me because I didn't burn, right? And so at this point, Corviknight. No, we go back to Weavile again here. Should rocks. Let's to kind of speed this up. Knock is guaranteed value. Scarm dies, yeah. And then if you go to Avalugg, you know, Victini and all these things come in. So I am curious as to what this thing's purpose was, but we'll just go Corv here. Fuck, I don't think it has anything to harm me. I don't think you could fit Curse on that set. So obvious Heat Wave here, but I mean, Archon, Slow King. Let's actually just go Coco here. Yeah. Because every time you go to Hippodon and click rocks, I what's it called? I defog. It's a cheeky Zapdos double. Let's see who's faster. Victini buffeted by Sandstorm. It's pressure zap. I don't trust V-Create here. It's pressure so I can U-turn. I don't trust V-Create there. He's definitely going for the, what's his face? The discharge. He roosts, interesting. Zapdos is at full future sight. Yep. Teleport. Coco. Roost makes a lot of sense here. I'm wasting too much time on this. Actually, I shouldn't have gone Coco there. I should have went fucking Weaver. I don't know what I just did. Like. All right, let me hurry up and wrap this game up. This is what I meant when I like earlier. Like, it's been a long day. What? Yeah. Okay. That was silly. That was like ridiculous of a play. That was just silly. Which makes this a longer game because now I got a future sight and discharged at 38. Heat Wave. Knee Roost here. Yeah, now I caused it to be super stally for no reason. Now I cause it to be super stally for no reason. So double the Slow King here. It's future sight again. Then now we can teleport. It allowed me to get mad low, but just again sloppiness on my end. Just sloppiness on my end, frankly. Because now the Avalugg is high enough to where it could be annoying, but we just hit knock here. If Hippodon goes down, then you know, obviously Coco just does him in. Victini does it too, but you know, it's just again making this shit unnecessarily extra for myself. Wow, the Zapdos ate that like it was lunch. That's not good. I did not respect this Zapdos enough. And then he chokes. Yeah, he chokes there, but I'm playing this really poorly. I'm getting too comfortable because I assumed I've won the game. which is something you should never do. Right? You should always assume like, okay, you never know, because at this point I just dazzling gleam spam on toxic. He has to slack, and the moment he EQs, slack EQ. Well, actually, Victini doesn't have a move that can knock him out, so dazzling gleam doing 24. I'd have to V create, and we don't want Zapdos roosting. It's actually better here to Corviknight and then double back out to my problem is if I get full parried here. So my play there was really to go to Slowking, because if I get full parried here, okay, he slacks off. If I got full parried there, it would have been tough. Yeah. So 31%. Dazzling was doing 24 or 25. Yeah. Ideal situation is that he knocks out Slowking here with EQ. Yeah. Perfect. Very sloppily played game on my end. Very sloppily played game on my end. Wasn't an easy stall to break, but I won this game a long time ago, and I gave my opponents outs. So I wanted to go at least 30 minutes. My goal is to end at 1900. There are a lot of things I did well in that one, obviously, but you know, there are certain things that at this point, mistakes that are just not to be made. Just putting it simply. Garchomp's very good here, very important. The only thing that really threatens me is his own. Assuming, like, you know, I've seen Life Orb Draco as of late, and his Weavile, both of which, you know, the combination of Corviknight and Slowking. And I realize I haven't been respecting Weavile, which is something I shouldn't do. Something also is like I'm not going enough for taking value, playing very passively. And so we're gonna switch it up in this one. I wouldn't call it aggression, but just not as passive. What's Slowking's purpose here? It helps with helps with her sheep. Yeah, so we're gonna play to the Tapu Koko in game. In order for that to happen, I'll need his Slowking beat. I'm not sure how I'll pull that off, to be honest, but I'll need rocks first. Weavile. Yeah, I'll just Easy Scarf, okay. That's actually a really big turn for me. It's a really big turn for me. He has Ice Beam. He was willing to risk it. He crit me there, which matters. I don't think that would have killed me. It's a really important turn there. But that gives me insight as to how he thinks. Very much a I'm gonna go with my gut kind of player. One mistake I made though is like I forgot how important Garchomp was. The better play there would have been to go to Weavile. If he lost Slowking there, he couldn't beat my Corviknight, my Tapu Koko. But just gotta make do. Just gotta make do. That was a big mistake on my end. It was choice banded. An obvious U-turn here back into Weavile. My Weavile is good enough though to where I might be able to just destroy him with it. Well played. Well played, Val. Corviknight can't be hit under any circumstance. So Slowking, allow Weavile to come in. He goes Corviknight instead. Corviknight instead, because he wants rocks gone. Fair enough. I can't stop it, so I'll punish with Weavile. Yeah. Like, actually, in hindsight, there was very little reason not to EQ his Slowking. Like, he was gonna go to Corviknight and just rocks up on that. It was a horrible play on both our ends. I had no reason not to EQ, and he really needed Slowking. But obviously, he got the better end of the stick. I mean, maybe Ice Beam does kill with some special attack investment. Good play going to Kartana, because that keeps my Weavile out. Because your best bet to deal with I guess if you don't know if I'm Scarf or not, you can't KO me. If he's not Scarf, he's banded. Shit. Which means that my play there was to, yeah, that's bad. That's bad. That's bad. He U-turn, which is interesting. I didn't expect U-turn there, of all the options. From the Corvs I've seen, I might be able to kill his Corviknight here, him assuming that he's faster than me. My Corviknight's a huge issue for him. And so this Chomp is obviously a fire blasting variant, I'd assume. Or he just wants rocks up. Problem is, we'll go Coco first. Coco is my guy, so he just wanted rocks up. So let's see what kind he is. If he is Rocky Helmet, no, it's just a generic Chomp. Oh, it's lefties. Okay. Not what I expected, but you know, I'll deal. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Should roost again. He doesn't really have anything that you can confidently switch into Scald. Or Weavile. I was like, I'll go hard Weavile. But I'll go hard Weavile. Got you. Yeah, I'm not playing this well. The game isn't over, right? But you know, there's just a certain way to do things. And this isn't it. Ideally, burning his Weavile would be great. He's trying to poison my Slowking, which makes sense. So he loses a mine here. It's probably Corviknight though. Yeah. Oh, it was Helmet. Shoot. Shoo! Shoo! Urshifu Rapid Strike makes a lot of sense. So we'll position Coco in. Should Surging Strikes. CC's a misplay there. Big misplay there. No reason to CC. So I'll get rid of his. He's showing Flamethrower. Ugh. My Slowking doesn't have. What I'll do is. Oh, he flamethrowed hard. Good play. Expected. So we're stalling out flamethrowers here. Not really. Low key, but not really, because he's burn fishing. Yes. A lot of them left. A lot of them, if I'm honest. My Corviknight is super important, but I just gotta do what I gotta do. He has 3 left. %. No, I need to be higher than this. Soon his Slowking won't be able to touch my Corviknight, which I don't think he wants, which is why he's fishing for stuff. I've been pretty fortunate for how poorly I've played this early game to even get out on top with that. Pretty damn fortunate. I have 3 roosts. I guess the Garchomp could have flamethrower as well. That would make some sense here. Let's find out. Stealth Rock. Yes, Tonka, yeah. Does he have flamethrower? No. He's wasting his Stealth Rocks though. He's gonna Ice Beam Fish. Or he's gonna Sludge Bomb his Slowking. Yeah. And hope for poisoning, right? So the question is, what would you do here? You definitely Weavile. And then you triple Axle. I don't want that, not right now. Garchomp. Okay, I didn't expect Garchomp. That's actually not good for him. I Garchomp there meant I get a kill. I don't think he had to give me a kill here. He could go hard Weavile. But then, you know, the Ice Shard and all that predictions. Like the teleport was pretty probable. So it's like, you know, whatever. Just Icicle Crash here. Protects, interesting. Icicle Crash actually pays off here. Usually, yeah. So you go to Weavile and then honestly here guys, honestly, I'm thinking about Icicle Crashing again. Now if he Icicle Crash, if he lets me Icicle Crash, he could lose. Like straight up. But if I go to Corviknight, he's such a I think he should shard. I don't think he's in a position to risk this. Yeah. I just don't think he's in a position to risk that. And so, you know, obviously Garchomp would be his best bet, but Rapid Strike. The question now is, do you leave Rapid Strike in? Yes, guess. The thing about the Slowking is even when it comes in, it's not posing that much of a threat. And you can't keep going Garchomp because you're getting me a kill every time. Right? Soon I might be able to Ice Shard. Like for example right here. Well, he Ice Sharded last time. I don't think he's in a position to Ice Shard here. Like if I lose my... He's trying to get his Garchomp in for free. But if I lose my Corviknight, then he... If I lose my Corviknight, then he has a shot with his Garchomp if he gets rocks up. But the question is, who do you sack? Because if you sack... My gut is telling me he's going to Ice Shard. Let's find out. Watch him triple X now. Should I share it again? Yes, this. I think that was the worst of all the possibilities. I think you go for, because he doesn't knock out Coco with Shard. And let me think. Slowking. My Slowking being able to teleport is the key to success here. So if he as he triple X's here, he misses or knocks out Corviknight. I go to Tapu Koko, I Dazzling Gleam, and then I U-turn out into Slowking and then teleport back out. But his Weavile gets away. And I knew he wouldn't. Well, no, I can't say that. I can't say that. So if I give up Slowking, I just gotta hope he doesn't get all of them. He gets all of them. So it's gonna come down to a few key plays here. U-turn obviously knocks him out. Ice Shard doesn't knock me out. I don't know why I said I had to Dazzling Gleam. But, you know, if I guarantee lose if he Ice Shards my Weavile. But now I still have a shot. Because he still has to predict whether I'll Icicle Crash. So now I still have a shot. Oh, he actually gives up the Weavile, which I think is a mistake. Now you just, for sure, get bodied by a Weavile. Because all I do here is go to Weavile to prevent you from... Now, you know, if he does not... Personally, I think you double the Chomp. Like, the knock is so... I don't think he's going to double the Chomp because the knock is so obvious. Icicle Crash has the chance to flinch. I guess the question is just how... My Slowking being poisoned here is regular poison, right? How did I get poisoned? His Sludge Bomb. So Slowking technically can win the game. If I knock, I guarantee lose. He's gonna stand though. Oh, he goes Chomp. I didn't. Come on, man. Weavile. At least he can't switch. So Weavile, I need you to hit right here. I need you to hit right here. I didn't think he'd go Chomp because it was so obvious. Okay, blessings. So we managed to pull this off. But again, I'm not proud of how this one went. You know, I think I could have easily won this one. And I had to bank on a lot of luck. I played very, very sloppily with my card. No reason to EQ. Right. But, you know, losing is good, as we say. So, gotta get some practice in. There's a lot of rust on me, guys, and I know you guys. The reason I'm hounding on it so much is because I know you guys come to my channel. It was almost 2002. I'm sorry, bro. I know you guys come to the channel for high quality content, and I know I can deliver it. It's just, again, it's my own shit, right? I've been too lazy, and I haven't practiced. And my opponents are competent, which is good. But I'm giving them games. It's a lot of them have just won games as well. Like, for example, yesterday, I think it was the last game with the cart. Homie did well to end game it with Scarf Kartana. But a lot of those games, I made it easier for my opponent to win than I needed to. And this happens, actually, it's funny, it happens around the same time every year, and I'm not sure why that is. Like, usually around the summertime, I either get really inconsistent upload wise, and then I just stop. And I don't know if it's because when the games get released by this time in the year, it's like the meta is somewhat settled, so it's not as enticing as it once was. Maybe it's because there's just, you know, a lot to get done in the summers, my favorite kind of weather. Because Because I remember in Isle of Armor last year, this exact same thing happened. And I remember saying, like, okay, I gotta re-practice again. And I did. And, you know, obviously you got back up. I'm giving you guys, you know, top 10 sort of battles and whatnot. But that is a pattern of mine. I'm like, that's just something I'm becoming aware of, like, literally as I'm talking to you. I'm like, dang, I did this last year too. And I did it, I think, the year before that. If that's when the agency started. I remember when Blunder was developing the agency, and that was like the craze. When that was the craze, I remember not being around. And I want to say the agency's 2 years old. If it is, time really flew. And so that summer I didn't either. But why wouldn't I have uploaded? I don't know. But we're making changes out here. So yeah. Alright, so we're back. Is this Bengay? Is crying Bengay? I haven't played Bengay in forever. Since tour days. Bengay used to always be like, one day, Jam. One day. Because we'd always have these really good tour games, but I'd always win. So I'm curious to see. He's known for his creativity, so I'm very excited to see what he has in store for me. He can't guard against dark type moves, which implies that he has to either be like Sash me or something. You never lead weak to weave out, but he's not expecting me to be bandits. They probably assumes he lives. He's very weak to Victini as well. Coco is in it's Corviknight's purpose here. Slow King beats a lot of his team too. I need rocks up pronto. What's the worst case scenario for me? Say Mew. Wait, Barraskewda. Barraskewda can potentially be faster than me. I doubt it. You're always adamant Barraskewda. There's no way you're 408. What's Barraskewda's speed tier? If he's Jolly, I lose my weave out here. Which is super bad. But like when you're on rain, you want adamant Barraskewda. 371. There's no way you're Jolly. Yeah. You want adamant. He could have assumed that I like Banded. Only Banded would have killed. Well, Life Orb might have killed him too. But Life Orb tends to run adamant, so I'm not gonna knock him for that. Like, I can understand the logic there, just like how I decided to risk it, right? You may figure like, okay, he wouldn't just, you know, risk his Weavile, right? It's the biggest threat to me. My concern is the Mew. Don't know what that thing has in store for me, and so I'm thinking, okay, what do I want to position? Pelipper. The rain isn't that important in this game. If he U-turns, he gets... if he scalds and doesn't burn me, I'm in a really good spot. I doubt he'd waste a time turn scalding. If Slow King coming in means Ferrothorn coming in. Nah, he should U-turn out. Yeah. And I'd rather position Weavile in versus Kyurem, Mew, and right. So if Weavile versus Ferrothorn is a situation I can handle. My Corviknight, my Tapu Koko is becoming more and more dangerous. My concern is, again, depending on what his Mew is, if it's some kind of stored power stuff, then that's the situation I don't want to deal with. Rocks go a long way. I'm actually surprised that he left the Ferrothorn into Leech Seed. I don't think that was the best trade for him, because he just gave me rocks, unless you weren't sure what kind of chomp. If that's the case, then if you're like, okay, if he scale shot, then I get run over. So I can see the logic there. You know, obviously you punish Weavile. Victini is nice, but it's not nice enough to where I'm not about to switch in on this Ferrothorn. I think this is a free bolt strike. You should go hard, Torn. If it's not, what's his face then? Ooh, Torn cannot KO. Ooh, maybe that's not true. That isn't true. That is not true. He might have weather ball, so let's find out. Hurricane. So I would have taken a hurricane there. So teleport here is my best bet because that allows for Weavile back in. He plots. I don't know why you'd plot there, which means could go Weavile, but I think Coco baiting in Ferrothorn and having Victini is better because then he guaranteed loses Amon because rain ends here. Like now he has to give me Amon. Well, whereas before maybe not, you know. So V create here is Pelipper, and I get to U-turn KO, which is great. I want to control the momentum of the game. So as it currently stands, when I V create when the rain ends, he loses Amon. Coco keeps Torn out, forces Ferrothorn in, which he doesn't want. He does not want Ferrothorn in. I really don't. The Mew is what I'm most concerned about. So the Kyurem took rocks damage. Could be Spexed. Could be Scarf. If it's Scarf, he goes for Earth Power here. I doubt you'd be Scarf though on Rain. And I don't think you'd use Scarf Earth Power here. If he's Scarf, so be it. Okay, I figured as much. So he's freeze drying 100% here. Is that worth giving up Slowking? I believe so. Because then I switch back out, go back to Weavile, hit knock, get a kill. What's guard challenge purpose here? I need it to toxic the Mew if it's some kind of boosting Mew. That's what it's there for. Slowking can help stop. Actually, I'm gonna give him Corv. Definitely gonna get freeze dried here, but I might not get to a kill by freeze dry. Oh, it's Roost. It's interesting. I wonder what he has. A body pro. Oh, DD. Ooh, that's not good. Oh god. Oh dear. He's gonna Roost. Okay. DD. That's not good. Oh boy. Dragon Dance. How do I solve this problem? I could bluff that. Nah, he's definitely gonna go for Icicle Spear on my Victini. If he doesn't get the good rolls though, I'm actually gonna go to Victini here. Oh shit, I lost my item. Shit, I forgot I lost my item. Okay, that wasn't smart. Ideally he Roosts. Yeah, I like to play. I forgot I lost my item there. Oh god. So I was more concerned about the Mew when apparently I should have been more concerned about Kyurem. So this caught me off guard. I don't have any regrets. Don't have any regrets. It's just the game. It's just the game. It's the name of the game. You should Roost here. I don't think I can win anymore. Me forgetting about the unless I crit body press twice and then I can Ice Shard kill him. Yeah, the best play here is to just PP stall me. Yep. If I crit the body press here, maybe something. Wow, I cannot believe I got run upon by DD Kyurem. See, I'm not even gonna waste the time. So that's where we're gonna end this one. Rough live today. But again, as I said, I knew there's a lot of that practice I need to get in, because like shit like that should not be surprising me. Yeah, I was thinking, if I knew it was DD, what else could I have done? When he went to, I went Corv. If I knew it was DD, my play was to just Dazzling Gleam, but no way I Dazzling Gleam there. Well, if I'm concerned about, I left it in enough to where if it was Scarf, it might have killed me from there with Earth Power. If I was fearing Dragon Dance, if it was Specs, I would have damaged him enough to where he died to Hazards. And what does Kirim being gone mean for me? He'd have to Ice Beam, I think, to kill me. I don't think Freeze Dry kills Coco from that range. And so Dazzling Gleam. So my play there was to Dazzling Gleam just to cover for Dragon Dance. Because as you see, Roosted. Wow, that's actually very impressive that I just lost to DD. Sub DD Kirim. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next one.